TV is not on. Good morning and a warm welcome to all of you once again from Luxembourg, where the European Judo Championships of the Small States 2022 is taking place. Today we're going to mark another historical day as we're going to stream the mixed team events, the first ever mixed team event of the Europeans for the Small States. Yesterday we had the individual event for the cadets and the seniors. It's been significant, it's been certainly a milestone. And like I said yesterday, the effort from all the small states and their teams to come together to this tournament is certainly will be recognized and building based on what happened yesterday. They'll be building up on that in the upcoming years, moving onward. Yesterday we had the individual, today we'll have the mixed team events, like I said. And in respect to the mixed team events, we have slight changes as to your usual standard mixed team events. That changes is the weight category. So normally we have a certain set of weight categories that we use around the EJU Tour and the so-called IGF World Tour as well. But here during this event we are going to have different weight classes. It's still going to be 3 men and 3 women. So as per the female categories, we will have the under 52, under 63 and the over 63 kilo category. And as per the male, we will have the under 66, under 81 and over 81 kilo category. Everything else remains according to rules and protocols. We'll have the team's 4 best winner claim the victory of the match. And that reminds me to inform you that a match is described between 2 teams, and within the match we have 6 contests. The first 4 contests won by one team or the other is automatically claimed as a winner of that match. So we use the terminology match for the 2 teams facing each other, and within that we call each contest a contest itself, just as we do during the individual event. So that's the piece of information that I needed to pass on to you. And now I will introduce you to our 6 teams that's taking place during today's event. So we have a team from Faroe Islands. They had a bye on the draw, so they will be on the mat during the semi-final stage. We will have 2 quarterfinals. On the top half, we'll see Malta versus Cyprus. That will be our first match of the day. And on the lower half of the draw, Andorra got a bye straight into the semi-final. And they will see the winner of Luxembourg versus Liechtenstein. That will be our second quarterfinal of today. And another few information. We will use only Mat 2 today, so all the contests will be streaming, hence we only got 1 channel open today, and that's the commentated one. Mat 2 it is for every single contest and matches today. So we'll start with Malta versus Cyprus, follow it with Luxembourg versus Liechtenstein, then we'll have the semi-finals, we'll have a break, and so far the final block is scheduled for 4 o'clock local time. If that changes, we'll certainly inform you. So with Malta versus Cyprus, we already have a 1-0 result on our match sheet. That is just because of 1 gap from Malta. But what we'll do, we'll go through the individual contenders. We'll play you a short video now, and I'll see you back on mat 2 shortly.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no else, I gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
So here we go. We are back with all action. That's mat 2 solely that's used today. Bear it in mind. And we'll have Malta versus Cyprus as our first match and one of the quarterfinals here in Luxembourg. Now to take you through the teams, Malta has got Katrina Esposito in the under 52 kilo category, James Zara in the under 66, Francesca Catania of the under 63s, Christian Bartolo in the under 81s, and like I said, they had a gap in the over 63s. They will be unable to provide an athlete to face Cyprus. In the over 81 kilo category, they will have Valerian Ogbadze representing Malta. And as per Cyprus, we have under 52 Adamantia Christodoulidou, under 66 Georgios Balarishvili, under 63s is Diane Dimitriou, under 81 Odysseas Georgakis, over 63 Irini Andreou, and over 81s is Panagiotis Sharkos. So that's our lineup of both teams. Malta will be wearing the white judo gi and Cyprus wearing the blue.
So the first category we will see this team event is the category women under 52 kilogram. In the white for Team Malta.
So our first contest during this matchup is Katrina Esposito versus Adamantia Christodoulidou, and that's Esposito in a white and Christodoulidou in blue. And in respect of the weight category that we start with has been drawn, and under 52 kilo has been drawn as the first category to start with during the quarterfinals stage, but it does change as we progress in the competition. It will be the under 66 kilo for the semi-finals and the under 63s for the final as the first weight class to start with. So this is only for this matchup and for the following one. Another interesting information or interesting fact about the teams is that yesterday we had cadet and seniors, and our mixed team event actually includes both cadet and senior athletes mixing up to make up a team for their respected country. So we got quite a mixture of age group as well today. It's Esposito seeking to get a strong grip on the top right side, the back of her opponent. She's hunting down the sleeve there, but Christodoulidou decided to go for an attempt with a left-sided lower senage. It's Christodoulidou who picks up a penalty. Again, that strong right-sided grip from Esposito, and yet again, Christodoulidou goes underneath to the left side, to the right, pardon me, to avoid Esposito in progressing with her grip and setting up her favorite throws. That Esposito in Nevada now. She managed to get hold of her opponent's arm, who then fast reacted, managed to avoid being arm locked. Need to get our cameraman to lift up the camera slightly higher so that we can actually see our athletes. There you go. Right, halfway through to this contest in a matter of seconds. That's again Esposito goes over the right side, and Christodoulidou again turns equally to the right. No score. She'd managed to get Esposito out of balance to try and continue some work in Nevaza. There you go. There she goes again. Top right-sided grip, and that's most likely to cause a penalty for Christodoulidou for a false attack, dropping down on her knees. Esposito gets a penalty instead for passivity. Are they going again with the hunting up the sleeve? She does get a penalty for false attack that I've mentioned, so that's no score but 2-1 on penalties, and Christodoulidou is going to have to come forward. Esposito catches Christodoulidou for what they thought was a Vasari, but quick got withdrawn. It did not look like as such from this side anyways. Little over a minute left to go now. Again, Christodoulidou is the one launches across to the right side. For Sayotoshi, couldn't quite get Esposito rolling down for a score. That's now again Esposito who is seeking to succeed in Nevaza. There she is, looking at the Sankaku Waza. And now going for the arm, readjusting bits and bobs there, but the referee thought, well, given you enough time. Now it's Mata, 45 seconds left to go. Just gonna wait for Christodoulidou to tidy up her uniform and then we get underway. Shimawaza attempt from Esposito there, and she did manage to get it on nice and tight and get Christodoulidou to tap out in that Shimawaza. Katrina Esposito of Malta takes a win for her team. Bear in mind that 4 wins claims a victory. But also we have to bear in mind that now it's a 1-1 because of the over 63 kilogram category. Erini Andre of Cyprus will automatically be rewarded as the winner by default. But coming up next is James Zara in a white judogi representing Malta, and Georgios Balarishvili in blue for Cyprus, under 66 kilo category that is. Strong top left-sided grip from Balarishvili. Balarishvili pulls his opponent, or tries to pull his opponent across. Couldn't quite manage. She's initiated grip, so goes back on the top left side. Zara attempted a Sutami Vaza there. That's again Balarishvili pulling Zara across. Close contact, possibilities of Kosoto, and also from there Ouchi there, switching to Uchimata on the left side. Back to Ouchigari, and steps across for Harai Makikomi, scores for Vasari. That's Balarishvili leading by Vasari. Into the second minute of this contest now. Still plenty of time for Zara to bounce back. Both of them are seeking to go towards the left side. Zara initiated the Morata attempt on the right. As he fallen down on his knee, Balarishvili used the opportunity to step across yet again and roll his opponent in. Vazari Avazate Ipon is what was called. And the win for Georgios Balarishvili of Cyprus. That's now 2-1
with 2 wins to 1.
in favor of Cyprus.
The next category will be
Coming up next is the under 63 kilo category. Francesca Catania is going to be up for Malta, and Diane Dimitriou is going to be up for Cyprus. That's Catania in a white judogi and Dimitriou in blue. Fast start from Catania, makes a pity error as she was busy trying to get hold of her opponent's sleeve. She walked out of the contest area, and for that she picked up a penalty straight into the beginning of the contest. That's been now taken off, and Diane Dimitriou takes no hesitation in claiming the next score for her team. Kosotogaka attempt answered by Catania with a kanta, and Dimitriou wraps up this contest with a lovely right-sided Ouchigari there in the corner of the contest area. At 3-1 for Cyprus now. Coming up next is the under 81 kilo category. For the man is Chris Samuel Bartolo from Malta, gonna be up against Odysseas Gargakis from Cyprus. That's Bartolo in a white and Gargakis in blue. Uchimata start from Gargakis, fast doubles it up again, and that's a wrap here when it comes to Malta versus Cyprus now. Lovely Uchimata on the right side from Gargakis. And that was the deciding win for Cyprus here. Malta versus Cyprus is 1-4. That means that Faroe Island is going to be facing Cyprus in the semi-final of the upper half on the draw.
Winner of the team qualifier between the teams of Malta and Cyprus.
We'll see Team Malta back for bronze during the final block. But for now, congratulations to the Cyprus team in winning their first match. Here are some of the highlights from this quarterfinal match between Malta and Cyprus. And coming up next, we will have Luxembourg versus Liechtenstein. And looking at the sheet, we still start with the under 52s. Remember that applies for all the quarterfinals. We've done one. We're about to proceed with the second quarterfinal match. So the lineup, the category lineup, will remain the same for this match between Luxembourg and Liechtenstein. In the under 52, Luxembourg has Carla Tavares Fernandez, and she doesn't have an opponent. Liechtenstein was unable to provide an athlete in the under 52 kilo category, so that's a 1-0 start for Luxembourg. Moving on to the under 66 kilo category, Tom Schmidt is going to be up against Tristan Frey. Under 63s for Luxembourg, it will be Kenza Kosu, and she'll face Leah Viss. Under 81 kilo category, home nation is Claudio Nunes dos Santos, and the visitor side is Fabian Tischhauser. Monika Dinger will be up against Marin Hollenstein in the over 63 kilo category. And as per the last and final category, if we get there, is the over 81 kilo, where Dennis Barboni of Luxembourg will be facing Raphael Schwenninger of Liechtenstein. So this is our lineup for the next match. Peter Achenbach from Netherlands is going to begin this matchup as a referee in the middle for the first contest. There we go. You can see Luxembourg arriving in a white judo gi. Right behind them, the Liechtenstein team appears on the screen in blue. And shortly they'll be invited in the middle of the contest area to greet each other. So here are our two teams, Luxembourg versus Liechtenstein. And although Tavares Fernandez will not have an opponent, she'll still need to come out in the middle of the contest area and claim her victory. Okay, she does not have to do this. So we move on to under 66 then straight away. And in that case, we'll see Tom Schmidt for Luxembourg and Tristan Frey for Liechtenstein. That's Schmidt in white and Frey in blue. Sutami was an attempt from Schmidt, who's now trying to drag her his opponent down into a Nevaza action, but Frey managed to get away from that exchange. This time Frey takes initiative to actually go for an attempt towards the right side. Schmidt breaks away. Kataguruma attempt from Frey. Schmidt stays up, bracing himself. Schmidt is taking an extreme right-sided position, and just as he was setting up for an Ouchigari attempt, the referee had to call Matthias Frey needs to step off the contest area briefly to get medical. Once Frey returns, which he's doing right now, he's returning in the middle, we can get underway. There we go, Schmidt versus Frey. We continue in the under 66 kilo category between the match, Luxembourg and Liechtenstein. Again, Schmidt seeking to keep Frey down in Nevaza, as he confident to succeed in Nevaza. Change from his turnover into a strangle. He's pressuring the top half of Frey right now and lost control. Schmidt seeks to get settled in to his favored right-sided grip again. There he is, he's all settled in, needs to watch the edge of the contest area. And Frey is the one this time who decides to go underneath. But Tomonaga spinning Schmidt around. There it goes. But there may be a Sumigashi that. But either way, Frey managed to spin Schmidt down for Vasari. Morita Seonaga attempt, mixing it up with a Tomonaga that Schmidt keeps trying to go for an attack now. He needs to bounce back desperately. Settling in with right-sided grip again. Frey is not disputing the grip in exchange, he just goes with it. Change of direction from Schmidt as he goes to a lower left-sided Seonaga. Under 2 minutes left to go now. Schmidt changes it up now, tries to go to the left side again. Back on the right, Sumigashi. Misses out on a score, straight into Nevaza. Minute and 36 seconds left to go for Tom Schmidt to bounce back in this contest, and the exact same amount of time for Tristan Frey to maintain his lead. It's a far effort from Frey. Schmidt is setting it up again. Yoko Tomonaga attempt from Schmidt, but Frey does just about manages to get off that throw. Approaching the last minute now. Schmidt is seeking to set himself on the right side again, using a couple of Ashiwaza settings. That's now Frey goes in for Uchimata, and counter is coming from Schmidt, but still no score. Under a minute left to go now. Schmidt changes to the left now, seeks for a Koso Togake, and goes again with a Sutamiwaza attempt, and stacks underneath Frey, who is now undoubtedly going to be aiming to keep Schmidt on the floor as long as possible to, what we say, sit on his score. Odd seconds left to go. He's going for the left-sided grip now. Has to get close for a Koso Togake there. Frey is well aware of that. Keeping a good distance from Schmidt. Instead, he goes for that Koso Togake and wraps it up. A Vasariavaza tape-on. Tristan Frey wins this one for Liechtenstein. So we got a 1-1 so far when it comes to Luxembourg versus Liechtenstein. Coming up next is the women under 63 kilo category, where we'll see Kenza Kosu for the home crowd and Leah Wiss for Liechtenstein.
Kenza Kosu. In blue for Team Liechtenstein, Leah Wiss.
That's Kosu in a white judogi and Wiss in blue. 1-1 so far, Luxembourg versus Liechtenstein. Kosu takes no hesitation, goes over the right side, deep down at the back of her opponent, and both of them are putting even effort in there. However, Wiss keeps ducking out of that grip, in and out literally of that grip. Nevertheless, The contest continues, and Kosu did manage to catch Wiss for Vasari after all. Drives her opponent down on the right side. Wiss is gonna have to watch out for that. She kept on moving her head in and out of the grip of Kosu on over the top right. As Kosu now goes on one side, she's gonna have to attack from it. Change her grip. A lot of defensive posture here from Wiss. Who then held onto the belt for way too long, which resulted in her picking up a penalty now. That right arm is really troubling Wiss. A strong right arm from Kosu goes over the top, and she takes a defensive posture immediately, struggling to come up with a solution until now, where she decided to change direction and went for a lower Senage on the right side. That's Kosu again. As for a attempt to throw on the right side. Kosu changed it up this time. Instead of going over the right, she first initiated a right-sided lower Sanage, stood back up immediately and went straight over the top again. Repeated attacks from Kosu and a lot of defending posture and defensiveness from Wiss, for which she picks up a second penalty. It's a good effort there from Wiss. Lower Morita Sernage on the right side, pressuring Kosu. Kosu to Gake attempt from Wiss. Kosu steps out and away and uses a Tewaza movement to wrap up this contest, which now been taken down. So we're back to where we were. 2 minutes left to go. Kosu is leading by Vasari. We've got 2 penalties. Oh, where she goes again on the top. That's Kosu troubling Wiss. And this time she rolls Wiss in for a definite score there. Koshiguruma with a nice and deep right-sided grip at the back of her opponent and pulls Wiss through for Wazari Awazatepon. Kenza Kosu of Luxembourg takes this one for her team.
It is the win for Kenza Kosu and Team Luxembourg.
2-1 for Luxembourg so far, and coming up next is the men under 81 kilo category with Claudio Nunes dos Santos for Luxembourg and Fabian Tischhauser for Liechtenstein. That will be Nunes dos Santos in the white judo gi and Tischhauser in blue. That's an impressive fast entry from Tischhauser as he trips down Nunes dos Santos for Vasari, who claimed gold in his respective category. That's Nunes dos Santos yesterday. He's now given the wake-up call and working hard in Navaza to get the Juji Gatamount, and he did manage to bounce back. That quick wake-up call. Fortunately for Nunes dos Santos that it was a Vasari, but it certainly kicked his alarm and got him in gear as he went down in Navaza and wrapped the contest up with the Juji Gatamel. Claudio Nunes dos Santos claims the next score for Luxembourg. That's 3-1 right now.
Luxembourg in the lead with 3 wins to 1.
Coming up next, women over 63 kilo category, Monique Kedinger for Luxembourg and Marine Hollenstein for Liechtenstein. For Hollenstein, it's a must win, and if it was Kedinger to win, then it is all over.
For Team Liechtenstein, Marine Hollenstein.
Kedinger in a white judogi and Hollenstein in blue. And this is a make or break for the pair of them, really. Senaga attempt on the left side from Kedinger. She was fairly far out and Hollenstein tried to counter-attack her. Now she's on top trying to succeed in Navaza. It seemed that was promising, that turnover there. Hollenstein was seeking to go to the left with a Ogoshi/Uchimata combination. Hollenstein switching to the right side now, keeps turning left and right. That's Kedinger again with the left-sided lower Senaga. Her hip was way far out, and that enabled Hollenstein to pause the moment and the attack. Back with a standard gripping. That's Hollenstein going left and right, but not really committing herself until now to actually throw. She keeps attacking left and right, but you see that there's a momentary pause where she comes back, and there's no clear commitment to those throws, or to attempt to throws rather. There she is again. Right-sided Uchimata is what she steps in for. There she goes on the left, switches to Koso to Gake, and that moment Kedinger goes underneath with a Senaga attempt, no score. And that's Hollenstein, who had an opportunity to work in Navaza briefly. Under 2 minutes left to go. Again, that left-sided lower Senaga attempt. Kedinger was on her way in. Hollenstein stopped the motion. And there they are back up again in Tachiwaza. Hollenstein decided to go underneath with a Senaga attempt now. Did get both the pair of them out of balance, but not strong enough to get a score. That's again Kedinger with a Morata Senaga. Lost control of the top upper half, and Hollenstein was going straight for the Shimewaza, which she did manage to secure. Marin Hollenstein of Liechtenstein brings back a possible hope for her team to proceed into the semi-final stage. 3-2 now. The must win doesn't stop for the Liechtenstein team, as this is coming down now to Raphael Schweindinger, who will be wearing the blue judogi. It's an absolute win for him. Dennis Barboni could end everything here and wrap it up for Luxembourg. So there's Barboni in a white judogi and Schweindinger in blue, and that's still a make or break for the pair of them as well. So the pressure gone from the ladies down to the men category now. Should Schweindinger win this contest, then we'll have to redraw one of the categories to rematch. That's Barboni. He picks up a penalty for stepping out of the contest area. And that's a Senaga attempt from Schweindinger. Right versus right. Schwendinger is the one again repeatedly putting the effort to throw. Seeking that top right-sided grip that Barboni is, and instead Schwendinger is the one manages to secure it. Goes in for a right-sided Uchimata and just freezes in the moment as he gets blocked by Barboni. Setting up for the Senage. Barboni was a second faster and gone for the left-sided Senage. Straight into Shimawaza. He's trying hard to end things here and to advance Luxembourg to the semi-final stage. But Schwendinger did manage to get away from it. Again, back to that right versus right. Uchigari Uchimata from Schwendinger, as he was very close to rolling Barboni in for Vasari there. Back to that right versus right. Uchigari again switching into Uchimata. The repeated attack again from Schwendinger as Barboni is surviving those Uchimata attacks. And picking up a second penalty that Barboni is. So he's going to come forward undoubtedly. This time that's of Vasari. Schwendinger lunged his leg across. It's a Harai Goshi. Started as an Osotogari and switched into Harai Goshi as they were positioning themselves. One is trying to get away from the throw, the other one is trying to balance himself to actually throw his opponent. Anyhow, Schwendinger is leading by Vasari, bringing all the holes back for Liechtenstein. Jurenage from Schwendinger there as Barboni hangs in there with the Kochi-Ochi combination, and the referee calls Mata. That Schwendinger is going to have to step off the contest area now to have a quick medical look by the side of the mat. Yeah, so like I said, if it was Rafael Schwendinger who wins this contest, that we're coming to a tie, which means 3-3 between the two teams, and in that case we're going to draw a category that has to rematch. Now in this situation the only trouble is there was one gap for Liechtenstein, so should the under 52 kilo be drawn to recontest, there will be no contest but an automatically win for Luxembourg by default. So that's the only sort of trouble that Liechtenstein might have. That is if they pass this hurdle, which is the contest between Barboni and Schwendinger. If they do pass that hurdle, then they need some luck as well during the draw to avoid the under 52 kilo being drawn. Back on the mat now, under 2 minutes left to go. Again, right versus right. And that's a tie, because Schwendinger counterattacks Barboni's Osoto initiation and throws him down for Wasaria Vazeta Ippon, meaning 3-3 Luxembourg versus Liechtenstein.
So now we have the situation of 3 wins each. The both teams, please line up.
We're gonna get our teams back on the mat, lined up, and then we draw. And the category that draws out has to, the athletes, the respected athletes in this weight category needs to stay on the mat and rematch. And like I said, if it's the under 52s, then there will be no match but an automatically win by default. So let's have a look at it. Our athletes just lined up now.
Everyone, please look to the video screen.
And we will draw.
We will draw the deciding category, which will start immediately in golden score. It will be
under 81 kilo category. Claudio Nunes dos Santos will stay on the mat and face again Fabian Tischhauser. And remember, it is golden score. And Tischhauser was one that fast stunned Nunes dos Santos for Vasari straight into the first 10 seconds of the contest that they just had, and that Nunes dos Santos used the Nevada situation to actually overcome his opponent, so this could go either way. This is a golden score contest and the deciding score of who is going to proceed into the semi-final stage.
So just to remind you, golden score means first score or 3 penalties is done.
There we go, Nunes dos Santos in white judogi, Tischhauser in blue, and that is a decisive score. Ochigari, and just rotates out. That's Nunes dos Santos went for the right side. Ochigari got hooked in, and on their way down, Tischhauser managed to rotate just on time to avoid a score. Iponsenaga attempt, and Tischhauser is was seeking at least to go into Shimavaza. That's Nunes dos Santos, who again initiated a throwing technique. There he goes, setting up again to the right side. Goes over the top of the right, Ochigari again, and that's certainly taking down Tischhauser. One hand was down, and from where we sit in, we couldn't have seen the other side. But if the other hand wasn't down, then it's another lucky escape from the Liechtenstein competitor, and indeed he managed to get away with it again. Oh, but that was much closer. Yeah, there was no hands to avoid that. That's a clear touch and go there. Like I said, it could go either way. The last contest they had, it was Tischhauser who sealed the Vasari on the scoreboard within 10 seconds of the contest, and only that never was the opportunity that woke Nunes dos Santos, and he taken the win in Nevada. But now they reviewing the tape to check whether it is a score or not. The only thing can avoid being a score is the elbow of Nunes dos Santos. I have to see what happened at the landing. They got all this technical stuff to use it and slow down the movement and have an exact precise. We have our fast replay, at which point, I have to say, when we watch the replay, the fast replay, we can see the shoulder touching down as Nunes dos Santos rotates out of the throw. However, at the refereeing table, they have all this special equipment to actually slow down the movement and break it down second by second to make the right decision. So we will be waiting for that now as they decide, because they have the, like I said, they've got the ability to be very precise with the equipment. So we'll wait for them to have a precise look, and it's been withdrawn, so that elbow saved. And also Tischhauser did use his hand and grab the leg, so therefore he picks up a penalty, and it continues. The elbow was out. That's no score of that Ochigari from Nunes dos Santos, because Tischhauser's arm went straight out. So that's certainly no score there. We are little over a minute left to go, and there is no doubt about that. We get a replay in a second of that Kataguruma from Nunes dos Santos. There it goes. Kosoto Garia. Oh, she was attempt. There she barrage attempt actually from Tischhauser, and Nunes dos Santos stepped away from the attempt and used the momentum and the speed and the push from his opponent to go underneath for Kataguruma, wrapping it up here in the quarter-final stage between Luxembourg and Liechtenstein, and making the final deciding score and deciding win for his team. So Team Luxembourg versus Team Liechtenstein. The winner is 4-3 Team Luxembourg, and we'll see them in the semi-final up against Andorra. Right, so we have our semi-final lineup. Top half of the draw, Faroe Islands versus Cyprus. Lower half of the draw is Andorra. We'll be facing Luxembourg. And now we'll proceed after the highlights, and once the match is cleared and all the protocols being ticked, we'll proceed with the semi-final, the first semi-final of today, which is the Faroe Islands versus Cyprus match. So whilst we're waiting for Team Luxembourg and Team Liechtenstein to exit the field of play, and then our next two teams to enter, I'll give you a little rundown of our teams that are coming up next. So Faroe Island, first thing first, we start with the under 66 kilo category, and we'll move our way down according to the standard order. Faroe Island under 66, Fridi Magnusson Karlsson, and for Cyprus it will be Petros Christodoulides, who will have to battle it out. Under 63 kilo category for women, Faroe Island did not have an athlete to put in, and Cyprus has a win by default, and that is Marina Ozino, who claims that win. In the under 81 kilo category, Bardur Hanselenvik for Faroe Island, and he'll have to face Odysseas Georgakis of Cyprus. In the over 63 kilo category, we'll have Anna Salomona Steinberg up against Diane Dimitriou of Cyprus. And in the over 81 kilo category, Edward Johansen from Faroe Islands will be facing Panagiotis Shankos of Cyprus. And the last would have been the under 52 kilo category, where again Faroe Islands didn't have an athlete to put forward. Therefore, Veronika Kalatsido of Cyprus will automatically take the win by default. So the start of this match between Faroe Islands and Cyprus is already 0-2 to Cyprus. Meaning if they win their first two contests in the under 66 and the under 81, it will be all over. And we'll be just continuing until there will be 4 wins on one side. We should shortly begin with our semi-finals. As per the Faroe Islands team, they cannot lose. The most they can lose is one contest, and that will make it a draw. But ultimately, to win this match, at least without redrawing a category, it's a must-win for them. So there's a lot of pressure on the team as a whole and on the athletes as well. We should get underway shortly.
So, but now, dear Judo friends, it's time for the first semi-final. First, we welcome the referee team on the tatami, consisting of Mark Hampel of Germany.
Mark Hampel from Germany is our referee in the middle, at least for the start of this matchup. And then they'll change as we go along.
But now it's time to welcome the teams for the semi-final.
Now we welcome our team for this semi-final. In one judogi, team Faroe Islands is going to make their way towards mat 2 to the far end, and right behind them in blue judogi will be team Cyprus.
And please welcome in blue judogi, team of Cyprus.
There we go, our teams arrived to mat 2 now, and we are ready to go. As usual, they'll be invited in the middle to greet each other before Carlson and Christodoulides will begin their contest. This is it, the under 66 kilo category will start with Fridi Magnusson of Carlson wearing the white judogi and representing Faroe Islands. Opposite him, Petros Christodoulides in blue representing Cyprus. And remember, it's a must win for Carlson.
Petros Christodoulides.
Deep right-sided grip start from Christodoulides.
You can see the team
Lower Morata Senaga attempt from the Cyprus competitor. Just misses out on rolling Carlson in for a score there. Has tried to tip his opponent over the shoulder and the side.
Because it's in two categories, no athlete set by
Penalty for Carlson there.
Faroe Islands.
Nice rotation from Christodoulides, over-rotating in order to, and pull the sleeve nicely over the top, over-rotated in order to get Carlson out of balance. Wazari has been indeed given that a lead for Christodoulides here in the under 66 kilo category. More pressure from Christodoulides. Carlson goes for a top right-sided grip, and his opponent tried to use that momentum for a lower Senaga. No real threat from neither of the athletes. Double sleeve grip. Christodoulides goes again to the right side, and now rotating Carlson in as he's looking to succeed in Navaza there. Lost control over that sleeve. That was very valuable for him, that right hand sleeve. And it's the same what Christodoulides tried before when Carlson throws his right arm over the top. Previously he went underneath for Senaga. This time he decided to go in for a Makikomi attempt and just dived in and rolled Carlson down for Ippon. In that case, the next one is truly a must win for Lemvig to get Farah and to remain in this opportunity to take a spot in the final. Is 0-3 in favor of Cyprus at the moment. Next one up is the men over 81 kilo category. Bardur Henta Lendvig in a white judogi representing Faroe Islands, and Odysseas Gargakis in blue for Cyprus. The first entry is from Gargakis. Goes on his knee with a Turikomias attempt. Lendvig is on top now. seeking to do a turnover in Nevaza. Was a coachy Garia Tembata, very full from Landving, that is. Started his action but almost got frightened by and stepped back. Ochi from Gargakis on the right side, slightly missed out there. It was a close call for Landvik to fall down. Penalty for Landvik for inactivity. Uchimata on the right side, and although he fell off, he did manage to, he lost balance, I should say, Gargakis. Fall on his knee, but still the sleeve was strongly controlled and the whole upper half of the body, therefore he did manage to trip Landvik in. It was very quick reaction straight into Jujigatame. And this is all over. Odysseas Gargakis of Cyprus takes the final decision-making win for Cyprus as they proceed to the final of the mixed team events here in Luxembourg.
For Team Cyprus. So all teams, please line up.
So now the teams will line up because we got the 4 wins already claimed by Cyprus, 2 by default and 2 through an actual contest.
Winner of the semi-final team contest between teams of Faroe Islands.
So this semi-final contest between Team Faroe Islands and Team Cyprus. The winner is Team Cyprus with a 0-4 win. Congratulations to Team Cyprus as they proceed into a historical final here at the mixed team event at the European Championship of the small states.
So coming up in a few moments, the second semi-final.
The second semi-final coming up shortly. We just having Luxembourg down in the warm-up area getting ready. Obviously they need to change from their white judogi into their blue because Andorra had a bye in the lower half of the draw, meaning they'll be wearing the white judogi, and Luxembourg proceeded below them, so they need to put on their blue gis. And we will play the highlight in the meantime, but you should only have a short break before we begin. Part of the Andorra team made their way up to the tunnel now. Right, our teams are now lined up. We should begin shortly. That's gonna be our second semi-final and the last semi-final of this preliminary round, and that will be
And in the Judo, give it up for Team Luxembourg.
left side of the map from where we view in anyways. It's Team Andorra, and on our right side it's Team Luxembourg coming onto that mat now to greet each other, and we'll go underway straight with the under 66 kilo category.
So, dear friends, your applause from the semi-final teams.
Here we go, the first category under 66. Armenta Palomares for Andorra wearing the white judo gi, and that's Schmidt of Luxembourg in blue. Schmidt settles in with his right-sided grip. Armenta Palomares is the one, however, who gone down for a Senaga attempt. Schmidt takes matters into his hand as he's seeking to execute a Shimewaza there. Couldn't quite get the finish there. Right-sided stand, and a lot of movement from Schmidt there. A Shivaza attempt that got his opponent out of balance and on the knee. Armenta Palomares is the one who had to step away from the contest area momentarily. Quick cleaning of the mat, and we should be on the way shortly. Gently reminder whilst we're waiting that the final block at the moment is scheduled for 4 o'clock local time. If that changes, we will post it on all of our social media channels, communication channels, Telegram, and all that sort. Plus it will be on our screen as well, so even if we leave with the 4 o'clock, just keep checking back on our screen in case that changes. Armenta Palomares should be back on the mat shortly. There he's heading back now. Right, here we go. Again, that Schmidt taking the right-sided grip, leaving the sleeve undecided, the sleeve grip. Sometimes he goes for left-sided Seonaga instead. It's his opponent again who goes for a right-sided lower Seonaga. Fast realizes that there's no break in the balance and stands back up again. That strong right-sided grip. Now Schmidt is seeking to fetch the sleeve there. Another right-sided attempt from the Andorra judoka, and Schmidt straight into Shimewaza, and he did manage to win this contest. Tom Schmidt from Luxembourg takes the lead here.
It's the win for Tom Schmidt and the second win for Team Luxembourg.
That's 0-2 at the moment when it comes to Andorra versus Luxembourg. The next one would have been the under 63 kilo category, but that is won by Kenza Kozu by default because Andorra, like I said, has no athletes to put forward, which leaves us to move on to the next male category, which is the under 81 kilo category. Mark Reynarno of Andorra is going to be facing Claudio Nunes dos Santos.
Luxembourg, Claudio Nunes dos Santos.
Reynarno wearing a white judogi representing Andorra. Nunes dos Santos is in blue for Luxembourg. As dos Santos goes again with the top right-sided grip, decides to go deep down at the back of his opponent, catches the belt. Ochigari initiation on originally. Reynard dropped down on his knee to avoid being thrown or potentially being thrown, and then that's Nunes dos Santos straight into Nevaza. There he goes, seeked for a Jujigatama attempt. So far it seems a right versus right situation because both athletes are fetching that sleeve there. The right sleeve is what they both after. But Reynard goes for an attack on the right side. Wasn't strong enough to threat with the score, but it certainly got Nunes dos Santos out of balance. Nunes dos Santos manages to get hold of his opponent on the right side, and instead, continuing to drill any techniques on the right, he lunges down from quite far, but did lunge down for a kataguruma to the left side. Narrowly missed out on rolling Reynarno into a score, bear in mind. He started off from very far. That was the main problem, that he started off from way too far. Reynarno goes down for another lower right-sided attack. Again, the battle into kumikata exchange. Right versus right is always going to be tricky. Ouchigari this time works out for Nunes dos Santos as he manages to get close enough to his opponent. He was switching from Ouchigari to Uchimata, back again with an Ouchigari, and this time he did manage to get Rain Arno down for a score straight into Nevaza. See the final decision. There was there's a lot going on there, but nevertheless Claudio Nunes dos Santos is the winner of this contest. That makes it 0-3. Andorra versus Luxembourg. Coming up next, over 63 kilo category, Lia Povedano Ruiz for Andorra, and she's facing Monique Kedinger of Luxembourg. Povedano is in a white judogi, Kedinger in blue. Strong right-sided grip from Povedano. Kedinger is touching him with some attempts on the left. Couple of ashivaza here and there, not quite for throw, but rather to set up in a combination and to sort of look busy and attentive. Far effort from Kedinger.
We haven't changed the time schedule, so the final block will start at 2:30 p.m.
Right, very important information. Final block starts at 2:30 local time. So once again, the final block is no longer at 4 o'clock. It is at 2:30 local time, within just a little over an hour. So please make note of that. There was effort from Kedinger there as she stepped across on the left side for a Turikomi Goshi attempt there. I saw the double sleeve. Again, that's what she's seeking. She wants Povedano to stop putting her right arm over the top as it's pressuring Kedinger. She's trying to get rid of that right arm, not with much luck at the moment. It's Povedano who is taking control over this exchange, but done a pity mistake there. She walked out of the contest area while she was busy pressuring Kedinger to receive a second penalty, because there was clearly no attempt to throw in that exchange. All she did is throw her right arm over the top, pressuring her opponent to pick a second penalty, but instead she made a mistake and walked out of the contest area. For what initially she got a penalty, and now it's been cancelled. Right, back with that top right-sided grip. Kedinger is fighting off that right hand. She manages to get rid of that right arm of her opponent and trying to make use of it by going on the left with a soda attempt. That's good effort from Kedinger. Needs more pull with that right hand of her own, which is the left arm of Povedano that needs to be pulled across more in order to roll her opponent in for a score. Again, nice change of plan here from Kedinger. Instead of continuing chasing that right arm, initially she made Povedano believe that she's still after that right arm, and as the right arm was coming over, she used that moment to go in for no Chigari on the left side, scoring for Vasari. Good job from Kedinger. Nice change of plan there and change of action. It's going to put Povedano in a bit of a confused situation, because she will be more cautious with throwing that right arm again, and how she works with that right arm all in all. But that now is in favor of Povedano, who is seeking to go for an Uchimata on the right side. Kedinger steps across for a left-sided Nage. Little over a minute left to go, and if Kedinger can manage to hold over winning status right now, then it is all over and Luxembourg will be through to the final of the mixed team event. But for now, there is still a minute left for Povedano to come back with an answer. That strong, beautiful control over that right sleeve, uses the right moment. Kedinger lets go of the right sleeve. She knows when she's ready to go. She let go of the sleeve and again lunged across for that Seonaga that she's being drilled into the left back to back during the contest. Good job from Monique Kedinger. Good work. And an important win as well for her and for her team, as this win will allow to wrap up this semi-final and take Luxembourg through to the final of the mixed team event here at home soil. Right, the teams are going to come back and line up now as we announce officially that Team Luxembourg is through to the final. That's the official announcement been done. Congratulations to Team Luxembourg as they proceed to the final.
So just to remind you, start of the final block today at 2:30.
Right, so that's with these images. We would like to say goodbye to you for now whilst we take a break. We've played our highlights there. Cyprus versus Luxembourg is going to be our final here in this historical event at the Europeans of the small states. Thank you for your attention this morning. We hope you enjoyed all the actions. We see you back at 2:30 local time for the final block. Goodbye for now.
Friends, welcome to the final block of the mixed team event of the European Judo
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back all of you for the final block of the European Judo Championships of the Small States 2022. We're going to get underway shortly with the first bronze medal match between Malta and Andorra. Our referee in the middle is going to be Kiraki Limperi from Cyprus, and she will begin at least the first two contests. Right, give you a little rundown of our lineup for Malta and Andorra. Malta is going to be wearing the white judo gi, and this time we start with the under 63 kilo category, working our way down the list. And in this case, Kirsty Cauchi of Malta is going to be up against Leah Povedano Ruiz from Andorra. Men's under 81 kilo category will see Chris Samuel Bartolo up against Mark Ray Arnau. Over 63 women, Francesca Catania versus Isona Kerro. Over 81 kilo category for the men is going to be Valerian Ogbadze up against Joel Rosafort. Under 52 kilo category, Katrina Esposito for Malta is going to be facing Alda Barbie from Andorra, and the last contest is going to be James Zara versus Pere Armenta Palomares, and that will be the under 66 kilo category if it gets to that. Remember, the lineup between the two teams, we call it a match. Within we have 6 contests, but it will be a minimum of 4, because the best of 4, the first one to reach the 4 win, the first team to reach the 4 win is the one to claim victory. There we go. Cauchi is wearing the white judo gi representing Malta, and that Povedano Ruiz in blue for Andorra. First contest of this bronze medal match between Team Malta and Team Andorra. Cauchi got hold of her opponent underneath the belt, and that will cause a penalty straight away. Kirsty Cauchi picks up a penalty, and Povedano is the one taking the first win as she sticks her long leg across, catching Cauchi on her way down. Leah Povedano Ruiz of Andorra takes the first win for her team. Up next is the men under 81 kilo category. Chris Samuel Bartolo is going to be up against Mark Raydarno. That will be Bartolo in a white judo gi and Raydarno in blue. Lower Mortisanaga attempt from Bartolo there. Goes over the top with the right hand. Raydarno managed to react fast enough and get rid of that top right hand of Bartolo. And now he's making sure that that right arm doesn't come back on by pinning his opponent's sleeve. Another Seonaga attempt from Bartolo to the right side. Didn't get out of focus just by Raydarno pinning his sleeve. He still had a plan B to execute. There they go. Both of them prefers the top right-sided grip. That's Bartolo with an attempt with the left-sided Morota and then a Tomonaga. But every time he turns in, he quickly gets back up on his feet. So there's no commitment and consistency in follow-up in his attack. He just turns in and jumps back up on his feet. That's much better of effort from Raydarno. Tries to drive his opponent in with the right-sided lower Senaga there. Again, seeking for that right side. They both pin down each other's right sleeve, so it's going to make it difficult for the pair of them to get their favorite grip. But Raydarno has got an answer to that pin sleeve, which is a taitoshi on the right side. Lowers down on his knee and stuns Bartolo for Ripon. 2-0 for Andorra.
It's the win
as they up against Malta.
and the second win for Team of Andorra. Now on the lead with 2 wins to 0. The next is the category women plus 63.
Coming up next is the woman over 63 kilo category. Francesca Catania of Malta is going to be up against Isona Caro of Andorra. That's going to be Catania in a white judo gi and Caro in blue. Caro takes a top right side grip straight into the contest. Over top she goes again, top right sided grip. And there she goes. Second time around she manages to keep that sleeve nice and tight, to rotate Catania down for Vasari. And the time is up as Osaikomi was called on immediately after the throw, and that's a Vasari Avazatapon, and another victory for Andorra delivered by Isona Caro.
The win for Isona Caro and the third win for Team of
The next one is a must-win for Malta to remain in the hopes of a bronze medal here. Over 81 kilo category, that is, pardon me. Valerian Obgadze for Malta is going to be up against Joel Rossefort of Andorra. Obgadze in a white judo gi and Rossefort in blue. The left versus right setup so far. Effort from Rossefort to go down for a Kataguruma attempt, but Obgadze fast recognized his opponent attempt and quickly blocked all the action straight into Nevada, where he just turned Rossefort on his back, trying to pull his opponent back for an Osaikomi. He couldn't quite manage to seal that Nevada action. Rossefort catches the sleeve once he's working his way up with his left hand. This time he decides to get a double sleeve grip. Obgadze is the one to utilize on that double sleeve grip as he goes underneath the armpit of his opponent, gets hold of him and takes him down for Vasari with Kataguruma on the left side. Rossefort changes it up with a sleeve lapel grip this time. Initially he went to get hold of Obgadze on the same side. Switch back, Yoko Tomonaga attempt where he stuck underneath Obgadze. And Osaikomi has been taken away, a couple of seconds left to go. Valerian Obgadze of Malta bringing the hold back for the team for that bronze medal.
We have the win for Valerian Obgadze and the first win for Team Malta. Still Andorra in the lead with 3 wins.
It is yet remains a must-win for the next contest, in terms of at least for the Maltese team. Under 52 kilo category, Katrina Esposito of Malta is going to be up against Alda Babi, and she's representing Andorra Again, like I said, for Esposito, it is a must win. Should Bobby take victory, this is all over. Esposito in a white judogi and Bobby in blue. Esposito turned in but lost control over grip. There she goes with the Kataguruma rolls Bobby in for a score. That score has been given. Ipon, our cameraman, was slightly missing the action, so we can't give you a proper replay. And I do apologize for that. The Ipon has been taken down to Vasari. So we're going to continue this contest between Esposito and Bobby. Bobby's taken charge now with the last kumikata exchange. Launch first half across to the left side for a Senaga attempt. Esposito fast reacted as she seeks to secure technique in Navaza. Right, approaching the end of the first minute here. Esposito leads by Vasari. There she goes again with a Kataguruma attempt. This time Bobby reacted fast. On time, she's into Nevaza now. Just rolled Esposito over with what started as a Sankaku waza, now turned into a Juji Gatame. And Bobby is desperately want to get that arm out and take a victory for a bronze medal for Team Andorra. But the referee stopped the action. There was no progress with that Juji Gatame. Uchimata from Esposito on the right side. The sleeve is far down, therefore she couldn't get Bobby off her feet and down for a score. Nevaza exchange led by Esposito. Bobby picks up a penalty for false attack, that is. Again, that Uchimata Kochi combination from Esposito, but her hands she's got her sleeve pinned. It's not her that had the favor grip. Bobby is indeed the one that pinned both of Esposito's sleeve down. She's trying to make advantage of it, but instead Esposito decides to go underneath as she's utilizing on that troubled double sleeve grip. Again, that hand for the sleeve. That's again Bobby pinning both sleeves down. Uchi attempt very far from a couple of Oshiwaza there from Esposito, and this time she manages to launch forward to catch Bobby with an Ochigari to the right. A win from Katrina Esposito makes it a 2-3 for Andorra still. So yet again the pressure goes down onto the next two athletes, and that will be the under 66 kilo category, namely James Zara for Malta and Pere Armenta Palomares for Andorra. Again, this remains a must win for the Malta judoka. Right, James Zara is in the white and that Armenta Palomares in blue, and that's a make or break contest here. Zara goes for the also to Gary, scores for Vasari, and they back up on their feet as they landed out of the contest area. They cannot continue their Nevaza actions any longer. Right, Zara takes the lead here in the first 30 seconds of this contest. Armenta ducked out of that grip. He's gonna have to watch out for that. And Zara keeps drilling and drilling as he desperately needs this victory. He works in Navaza. The Saikumi Navaza has been called on. 10 seconds, that's all Zara needs. 10 seconds, 5 is gone. He's going to have to hold it for a couple of more seconds to keep Malta in hopes of a bronze medal here with the mixed team event at the Europeans of the small state, and he delivers under pressure. Zara of Malta takes the victory. That gives us a 3-3, which means we're going to have to draw a category that will have to rematch. So we will invite our teams in the middle, and on the screen you will see the draw simultaneously when it happens in the stadium. So get our teams up, lined up on the mat before we proceed with the draw. And in this case, it's an immediate golden score contest. And the category that will be drawn to recontest, they will have to stay on the mat and proceed.
To the video screen, we will now draw the deciding category, which will be started immediately in golden score.
And it's the under 66 kilo category that we've just witnessed Zara taking a victory in. So James Zara of Malta is back on the mat with Armenta Palomares from Andorra.
For team of Andorra. And we start immediately in golden score.
So there we go, Zara in a white judo representing Malta, Armenta Palomares in blue for Andorra, and this is a decision-making score and contest for a bronze medal, for a historical bronze medal here at the Small State European Judo Championships 2022. Zara delivered under pressure earlier. Let's see if Armenta Palomares can rise to the occasion and do just the same. Zara is in charge of that exchange. And there he goes again with the Nevaza action, the same action he wrapped up the last contest with, and he manages to secure another Osaikumi Waza with the same turnover. There is the time ticking, and since it's a golden score, the Vazari will be enough for James Zara to take victory and lead the team onto the bronze medal podium. James Zara is the winner of this contest. And that's Malta who wins the bronze. Coming back from 3-0, that is. Andorra was leading 3-0 against Malta all the way up to the point where we began the over 81 kilo category, at which point Malta picked up the pace and went all the way through onto the podium.
The winner of the bronze medal team contest between teams of Malta and Andorra is Team of
So that's the final announcement of the winning team. That's Team Malta, who defeated Team Andorra and won the first bronze medal in the mixed team events here in Luxembourg. Congratulations to Team Malta.
Here are some highlights of this bronze medal team contest on the screen.
Takes a lot of effort, especially emotionally and mentally, when you're down by 3-0 and the rest of the teammates, both Okpadze, Esposito and Zara, has been put under a greater amount of pressure, to say the least, and they did manage to rise to the occasion and work under the pressure. They had a must-win contest. There was no chance for error from the last three competitors from Team Malta, and they delivered, and then the redraw allowed Zara to go again as he rised again in the occasion of the pressure that he had twice back-to-back within the space of 10 minutes, literally if not less than that. Right, once again, congratulations to Team Malta as we move on to our next bronze medal matchup between Liechtenstein and Faroe Islands. And again, we'll begin with the under 63 kilo category where Leah Wyss is put down for Liechtenstein. However, Faroe Islands couldn't put a team forward, therefore is a 1-0 start. Not a team, pardon, an athlete forward in that category. Therefore is a 1-0 start. However, in the under 81 kilo category, Fabian Tischhauser of Liechtenstein will be up against Bugvi Poulsen from Faroe Islands. Over 63 kilo category, we'll see Marine Hollenstein up against Anna Salomona Steinberg. Over 81 kilo category, Raphael Schwendinger from Liechtenstein will face Petur Sigurd Johansen from the Faroe Islands. And in the under 52 kilo category, neither of the teams were able to put in an athlete, so that just remains a 0 on the paper and in terms of the scores. However, on the under 66 kilo categories, Tristan Frey for Liechtenstein up against Fridi Magnusson Carlson of Faroe Islands. That if it get to that. Bear in mind, the first 4 wins claims victory. So in this situation, if Liechtenstein was to win the first 3 contests, then that will be it. So there's not much error left for Faroe Islands apart from 1 contest. They can have an error in 1 contest, but not more than that. Here are our teams. So Liechtenstein is in a white judo gi and Team Faroe Islands are in blue.
This is the bronze lineup between the teams of Liechtenstein and Faroe Islands. And we start here with the category men under 81 kilo.
So since we haven't got a contest in the under 63 kilo category, we'll move straight into the under 81 kilo category where we have Fabian Tischhauser up against Bugvi Poulsen. Tischhauser in a white judo gi and Poulsen in blue. Poulsen lunges forward with his left arm as he gets caught in action with an Uchimata.
This is the win for
Tischhauser used the momentum of the movement of Poulsen to stun his opponent for Ripon.
Liechtenstein leads with 2 wins.
2-0 for Liechtenstein against Faroe Islands. The over 63 kilogram coming up next. Marine Hollenstein is going to be competing against Anna Salomona Steinberg. Hollenstein in a white judo gi and Steinberg in blue. And that's another contest that's done and dusted at a fast pace by Marine Hollenstein of Liechtenstein.
And the 3rd win.
That's a 3rd win for Team Liechtenstein. So the next contest is a must-win for the Faroe Islands competitor, namely Petur Sigurd Johansen, as he's coming up against Raphael Schwendinger of Liechtenstein. This is the over 81 kilo category coming up next.
So now we have the situation because 1 category has no participants, so 3 wins are enough to win this.
Okay, so in the situation where we have no
So both teams, please
competitor equally from each teams, which was the under 52 kilo category. In this case, we're not looking at 4 wins, looking at 5. The best of 5 we have, and that obviously means that 3 wins is going to take take a victory. And in this case, the second bronze medal winners here at the mixed team event is Team Liechtenstein. Congratulations to both teams, Team Faroe Island and Team Liechtenstein. Ultimately, we'll see Liechtenstein and Malta on the bronze medal part of the podium. Right, that's a wrap from the two bronze medal matches. As we play our highlights, I'm going to give you a rundown of our final match here in Luxembourg during the mixed team event. Cyprus is going to be facing Luxembourg in the final. We have a full team lined up from both teams, and we will start again with the under 63 kilo category. Marina Azinu of Cyprus is going to be facing Kenza Kosu of Luxembourg. In the under 81 kilo category, Panagiotis Sharkos of Cyprus is going to be up against Claudio Nunes dos Santos of Luxembourg. In the over 63 kilo category, Diane Dimitrou from Cyprus will be facing Monika Dinger of Luxembourg. Over 81 kilo category, Odysseas Garougakis of Cyprus is up against Denis Barboni of Luxembourg. In the under 52 kilo category, Veronika Kalatidou from Cyprus will be facing Carla Tavares Fernandez from Luxembourg. And the under 66 kilo category will see Georgios Balarishvili up against Tom Schmidt. That if it gets to that. Remember, this time we've got a full lineup, which means 4 wins takes victory.
We welcome the referee team consisting of Jans de Bruin of Netherlands, Mark Hartman of Germany, and Marie-Louise of Belgium. And now we welcome the teams. Please welcome in the white judokas, Team of Cyprus.
Our referee lineup for this final is Jans de Bruin of the Netherlands. Following that will be Mark Hampel of Germany, and the last two contests when it comes to that will be Marie-Louise from Belgium. These are our referees for this final match here in Luxembourg at this historical event, European Judo Championships of the Small State 2022. Mr. De Bruin invited the teams to join in the middle to greet each other, and then we get underway immediately.
Teacher friends, the gold medal team lineup between teams of Cyprus in white judokas and Luxembourg in the blue. The first category is final.
First contest then is Marina Azinu representing Cyprus and wearing the white judogi, and right opposite her Kenza Kosu of Luxembourg wearing the blue judogi. The first contest is the under 63 kilo category. Cyprus defeated Malta and Faroe Islands on their way to the final, whilst Luxembourg overcome Liechtenstein and Andorra on their route to the final. Lower Soda Turikomi from Kosu resulted leading by Wasari. Here is the replay of that score. And she's on top, working her way to wrap up the contest in Namaza. Referee calls Mata. I don't quite know why our camera is sideways, but I have my colleague Murray is going to have a look at it and perhaps fix the camera because it's slightly sideways on our screen. And in the meantime, We'll keep an eye on all the actions that we can possibly keep an eye on. Uchigari attempt from Azino to the left, and Kosu counterattacks that attempt, finishes up the first contest between Cyprus and Luxembourg matchup.
It's the first win for Team Luxembourg by Kenza Kosu.
The first win is for Luxembourg.
The next category will be men under 81 kg in white for Cyprus.
Right, next up, Shakos of Cyprus in a white judogi, Nunes dos Santos for Luxembourg in blue. That's contest number 2 in this matchup, and that's the under 81 kilo category. Senaga attempt on the right side from Nunes dos Santos. Quite hectic start from the pair of them. Nunes dos Santos decides to go deep down with his right arm, grabbing the belt, and Shakos used that opportunity to try and lift his opponent for Uranage because they both got into a locked-in situation. There it is again. Shakos is doing the lifting whilst Nunes dos Santos is surviving his balance and trying to hook on with his non-supportive leg to avoid being lifted for a Uranage. Lunges down again with the Senaga attempt on the right side. His hip was far out. Passive posture from Shakos there. Nunes steps across for a Soda Turikomi attempt. Approaching the end of the second minute of this contest. Shakos is pulling away as he tries to avoid Nunes dos Santos going down, deep down for a grip with his right hand, as he keeps grabbing the belt and the back of Shakos. There he goes again. Penalty has been given for Shakos there. Uchigari attempt from an unorthodox grip from Nunes dos Santos there. Still drilling all his attempts on the right side. We haven't seen any reasonable entries from Shakos apart from his reactions towards Nunes dos Santos attacks. There's the first reasonable attempt with the lower Morata Senaga to the left side from Shakos, but fast realizes that's not gonna go further, so he stands back up. A lot of focus going on to Nunes dos Santos' right arm from both ends. He's focusing on getting hold of Shakos, while Shakos is focusing on avoiding that right arm coming over the top. Nunes dos Santos seeks to succeed in Nevaza, and we have seen him yesterday on a multiple occasion succeeding in these situations with either Juji Gatame or, in this case, the osaikomi has been called on. The time is ticking, and Shakosh finds it difficult to escape, but at the same time the osaikomi has been broken. All Nunes dos Santos needed is one more second to hold onto his opponent for a Wazari at that time. However, it is an arm lock that wraps it up here. A Juji Gatame win by Nunes dos Santos of Luxembourg makes it a 2-0 against Cyprus in the final. Next up is the woman over 63 kilo category. Diane Dimitrou of Cyprus is going to be up against Monique Kedinger of Luxembourg. Dimitrou is wearing a white judo gi and Kedinger in blue as the over 63 kilo category. That's effort from Kedinger there. It's all Kedinger so far who is seeking to succeed in this. Every single exchange she gets her favorite grip, she settles in and sat up for an attempt to throw. But Dimitrou haven't really had a chance or a say in this contest so far, and she picks up a penalty for inactivity. That's Kedinger again with the sleeve, seeking to pin down the with the lapel pad and seeking to pin down that right arm of Dimitrou that's troubled her just now. This time Kedinger manages to catch her opponent with that senaga on the left side. The space was plenty and she used the opportunity to turn her body close enough. Previous attempts, during her previous attempts, her hips was kept on being slightly out of where it's supposed to be in order to score, but this time she got the position right and she catch the direction that her opponent was going towards to score for Wazari. Dimitrou is with the effort this time. Halfway through to this contest now. Still plenty of time for Dimitrou to bounce back here. There is that right hand again that could potentially trouble Kedinger, and instead of staying up with that right hand being hanging over her head, she decided to go for another lower senaga. No luck this time around with the score, but went straight for a Shimewaza. And a minute and 30 seconds left to go, and that's Kedinger still who's leading by Wazari. There's a lot of focus going into this gripping exchange here between the pair of them. That's a right-handed Ouchigari attempt from Dimitrou. Far out, Kedinger steps away as she's seeking to work in Nevaza. A minute left to go. Again, that focus is on that right arm. Kedinger manages to get hold of that right arm, and as Dimitru snaps away her arm, Kedinger uses that space again for the left-sided Ippon Senaga. She's managed to get Dimitru on her back, who fast reacts and gets into a guard position. 30 seconds left to go. Kedinger gets hold of that right arm again. Ochigari attempt from Dimitru once more. Far out, falls down on her knee. That's Kedinger. Works her way in Nevaza, if not for anything but to get the time. Passed by without much of a danger. 12 seconds left to go. Strong effort there from Dimitru. She's trying to throw her opponent at the last 9 seconds of this contest. Monique Kedinger of Luxembourg makes it 3-0 for her team. Coming up next will be the over 81 kilo category. For Cyprus it will be Odysseas Georgakis, and for Luxembourg is Denis Barboni. It is an absolute must win for Georgakis now. An absolute must win to keep Cyprus in hopes of a gold medal here. Here we go with another break or make contest in the over 81 kilo category. Georgakis in white, Barboni in blue. So the attempt from Georgakis. Both getting a feel of each other's movement and reactions. That's Uranaga attempt from Georgakis there as Barboni steps across. However, Barboni's feet and control was intact. You could see on the replay that the Kochi was intentional. His upper body was turning to the right direction. And Barboni is the one leading by Vasari, putting even under more pressure. That's Georgakis is going under even more pressure. So the attempt from the Cyprus judoka. Barboni seeks to get an offside Kamiwaza, and he did manage to get it. Georgakis was trying to escape, let go of his leg as he guarded Barboni's leg, and that's a Wazari, a Waza tape on. That is Barboni of Luxembourg. He's taken the final victory in order for Team Luxembourg to claim the gold medal here in front of their friends and families.
It's the win for Denis Barboni, and the second win for Team of Luxembourg. So, both teams, please line up.
What a celebration. The first ever mixed team event of the European Judo Championship of the small states. It's taking place in Luxembourg, and Team Luxembourg is the winner of the mixed team event. How can you top that? No way is my answer. And winning with a 0-0 as well. Clear sweep. Team Luxembourg is the winner of the first ever Small States European Championships mixed team event, as they take victory in front of their friends and families at home soil. Also, huge congratulations to Team Cyprus winning a silver medal, which is also historical. Every medal that they won yesterday and today, it all goes to the history book because it's the first ever for every single one of them. And whilst we are preparing for the medal ceremony of the mixed team event, I would like to say thank you so much for your attention. In case you going off, we will be back live next week, and in fact precisely on the 12th of November with the European Championship for Seniors mixed team event. It will take place in Mulhouse, France. But if you stay with us to celebrate the medalists, then just bear with us whilst we're preparing for the medal ceremony. good afternoon for the last time here from Luxembourg as we proceed with the medal ceremony of the mixed team event of the European Judo Championship of the Small States 2022. Our teams are about to make their way behind the podium before they announced the winner of their respected medals, and they will step onto the podium. That is Team Liechtenstein, followed up by Team Malta at third place, and then the rest as comes. Right, here is all of our mixed team medal winners lined up now in order. The medals being presented by refereeing commission of the EJU, Miss Anna Maria Friedrich, as well as EJU Sports Commissioner, Miss Ariana Jana, and the two bronze medal teams are Team Liechtenstein and Team Malta. And Team Liechtenstein concludes are the following people: Tristan Frey, Manuel Tischhauser, Dario Alfonso, Fabian Tischhauser, Raphael Schweininger, Lee Weiss, Marin Hollenstein, and also the coach. Congratulations, Mr. Holger Schill. As per the Team Malta, you have Sadek Kalaf, James Zara, Chris Emanuel Bartolo, Isaac Benzina, Ogbadze Valerian, Christy Cauchi, Katrina Esposito, Francesca Catinia, and congratulations to the coaches as well, Alex Benzina and Aurelia Cyprian Fleis. Second place and silver medal goes to Team Cyprus, and medals being presented by head refereeing commissioner Mr. Frankie Zemmour. And the gold medalist and the winner of the mixed team event here in Luxembourg of the European Judo Championship of the Small State is Team Luxembourg, and the medals for them being presented by the Vice President of the European Judo Union, Mr. Heuvel Lindsay. And the Luxembourg team concludes of Tom Schmidt, Lucas Strapp, Claudio Nunes dos Santos, Mika Welter, Dennis Barboni, Lena Schmidt, Carla Tavares Fernandez, Kenza Kosu, Sherry Whelan, and Monique Kedinger. And also congratulations to their coaches Nick Hannett and Jasper Huiting. That's Mr. Huiting on the podium alongside the team. And after the medals being presented, the trophies will be given one each per team. History is what we're seeing on this podium right now, because it's the first ever European Judo Championships for the small states that we witnessed yesterday for the individual event and today for the mixed team event. And who is the better person than the president of FLEM to give out all these trophies to the teams? That Mr. Schout. He's just handed the trophy to Team Malta, now to Team Liechtenstein. And he'll make his way down to Team Cyprus on the far end. And what a delight it is for the president himself to hand over the trophy to his own team. Team Luxembourg, it is the winner of this mixed team event. As they burst into celebration when receiving their trophy from the head of the federation himself. And And that leaves us to celebrate with the national anthem of Luxembourg. Once again, congratulations to all medal-winning teams. Like I said before, it's a historical weekend, and every single one of them deserve their trophy and whatnot. And even the teams that didn't make it to the podium is the first ever. So congratulations to all participants. It is a lot of effort to put this together. So with these images, we'll say goodbye from the stadium and switch back to the studio now. Once again, congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much for your attention. We'll be live again next weekend, precisely on the 12th of November from Mulhouse of France, where the European Judo Championships mixed team events, but for seniors, is taking place. This is very important event as well in the calendar. Not that any of them are less important than the other, but that one is specifically crucial. So we'll be back with live action from Mulhouse next weekend on the 12th of November. And I just want to say thank you for all my colleagues as well, for all the EJU staff on the live stream team. But most importantly, thank you for your attention. We hope you enjoyed this weekend. We'll see you back next week. Goodbye.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out.